Yo, welcome back everybody. Today we have gameplay from Varden from the brand new patch. They brought back Lubber and actually have some semblance of balance around the tribes. It actually feels really, really good right now. Beasts are weaker, undead are weaker. Quillboar, significantly stronger. And you know that old Quillboar Lubber comp that was in the game for like one day? One day before they had to disable Lubber and it was like, oh, you just go infinite, you just put all of the blood gems in the world on the board. Yeah, that was absurdly broken. You can't do that anymore. But the skeleton of that build still exists, and if you can get some decent blood gem scaling in the middle of the game, it's still a very, very, very good way of putting a lot of stats on the board very quickly. And sometimes that is enough to stay low tavern tier and just pressure everybody out. All right, enjoy. Dragon Elemental, Mech Murloc, and Quillboar. Kind of hate everything about this. I see Quillboar with Mech in, and I think it's just Varden. Dragon Elemental for Master Reality's board could be pretty nasty mid-game. Murloc doesn't really synergize with anything in this game, but it is fine. Like, it's amazing how different the game feels with number one, Lubber back in to enable mid-game lines, and then also like the nerfs to Beast and Undead. Now, albeit Beast and Undead are banned in this game, but just in general with these tribes. You can look at like dragons and be like, all right, well, the scaling line is much more competitive without double death rattle spell existing. Fuck beasts indeed. Fuck off, beasts. Don't actually fuck beasts though. Yeah, if you're taking life advice from Twitch chat, but Twitch chat, probably not the premier place for insight on your daily life. Agreed. However, you seem in a better place today. I'm a little calmer. Everything's a little bit better today. Hope you're okay. I appreciate it, man. Be fine. Ho 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 ho. Fucking Santa Claus over here. So if I freeze this board, does it count? How does it work right now? Because we refresh the spell every time, right? It works, right? No, it doesn't work? Seen it not work when freezing only the spell? Spell doesn't count. I want to try it. I want to try it because I don't know the answer. This board stayed on one for that, eh? Well, he has nothing. Not only does he have nothing, he gutted his ability to play the game by staying down. That's not a great place to be, buddy. Got lucky anyway. Lubber! Clear the tavern is not refreshed if you freeze the whole board, but I didn't freeze the whole board. I didn't freeze the spell. The spell would have repopulated. So if that doesn't count, that's the question. Like if it was non-spell meta and you froze 4 minions on Tavern 2, duh. Yeah, totally understood. But the fact that you didn't have a spell in the shop and that would always repopulate in the shop, does that count as a refresh or not? I think one way or another, I'm either taking this or I'm rolling the board. So either way, I'm fine with freezing here. Just depends on what we see as the dupe minion. I couldn't go any worse. Left Bran up. Hold 2 scouts on board for turns. No, the scouts aren't important. I'm freezing the spell. Bruh. Bruh. We jazzing so hard right now. I think we got jazzers this game. I'm A-okay with that opening to a game. Swing and miss. Could have been golden lubber. I'll let this board go. Unless I want to do Planter's Telescope. Actually, I think I'm doing Telescope, aren't I? Okie dokie then. We're not going landlubbers. We really need blood gym generation. Really need blood gym generation. You'll for sure get the hero power if you have a full shop you bought a spell. The shop stops working at, but it stops working at Tire Tavern Heroes, however. I think you're right. I think we could have frozen there. But I'm not 100% on it. Because I believe you just have to have an open spot for the spell plus the natural open spot that used to be in the board. So you basically need 2 open spots, including the spell. Did they change the lubber? Yes. Actually, just terrible combat, man. That didn't get much worse. No! At least we're over damage cap. Lubber's on Tavern 3, has more stats. But more than anything, the Lubber change is that a lot of spells changed in the game. So like old Lubber isn't nearly as viable. Gross. Yeah, I'm going to have to buy this. I don't have any options at this point. I cannot wait any longer. Or tempo. You ever freeze Planter Telescope? The Lubber's dead. Nah. Lubber's still a fine card. It's just you don't go infinite on Tavern 3 anymore. Lubber's really good. In fact, this board is fine. We're 1 card away from being super strong. We're almost there. Pretty bad opening hits. We need to dodge these 2 Divine Shields. We can't let one of them connect over here. On the other hand, that was a great hit. That was a great hit too. Heck, wait. Nice. We'll take a tie. Tie any day of the week. Why buff Lubber and not Divine Shield? Because Divine Shield minion doesn't stay on the board. Should be fine on tempo now, right? We're like 1 smudger away from having a game winner here. Smudgy. I meant in the board, but still, I'll take the smudgy. Do you ever consider taking the triple? I'm going with no. Where were you? Isn't Ragoog on 4? Yeah. But like, we don't have time for that. Temporarily take one blood gem to just stay alive while we make this work. Do I like a 4-star? Yeah, if I can get Ragoog, but it's a 13% chance at a Ragoog. There aren't that many things that are good there. We're spending 3 gold on that instead of taking a 1/1 buff to the tavern and a 3/7 buff blood gem. Realistically, we just need paint smudgers from this point. Why not take triple? All the reasons we just went through. Opportunity cost of the gold is too high. Okay, don't know what's in the hand, but it's probably not too big because this thing got pulled already. Okay, maybe ping this thing once. Gross. Well, at least it's a tie. Is chili a soup? Hell yeah, dog. A tasty soup, too. Meh. That's good. That's really good. Now do we take Lubber? Now die to the ghost from 16. It's genius. Yeah, you're right. This was more focused on the immediate value proposition. I was gonna say, we almost lost this. If you didn't ping down the Murghul there, there was a 50-50 to lose. At the very least, tie. Bofur, I'm in Lub. I'm in Lub too. This is probably worth at this point. Should have done that first. Just in case we triple into exactly Ragoog. Okay, what's he got? Dragon board. Very confident they're Bofur. Some would say overconfident. Not overconfident enough to buy the 3 health for a gym. Would have absolutely bought that had we had a little more health, but at 5/8 a blood gem, I'm not dropping myself below damage cap against somebody that easily could 15 us. Golden Matador. Dope. Keep seeing people pop this shit on me, and I just never play it. I feel like it's so good, but like I never have the opportunity to do it. Ugh. All right. We get the high roller out of the game. And now to do smudging things. Once again, same question. The only card we want Smudger though, right? It's pretty expensive. Why can't you dupe? Why you no dupe? You ever go for Ragoog at this point, now that we missed and we have Bannerboar pair? Probably. We don't have Undead in this game, right? Blizzard, you put too much power in Quillboar again. Blizzard. Lubber free. Lubber's back, guys. I'm a little bit scared for this meta, to be completely honest. I think that, I mean, we didn't even get most of the overkill, the big buff things to Quillboar, and it just, there's just so much value here in a passively generating card. It is hard to have a tribe that is balanced around this effect existing. Because like, as long as cards like this exist that can give you access to the high quality spells, you can just play only high quality spells, cycle them, and then just have this thing passively making you a board. And that's just a bit much. It's really, really, really hard to balance around effects like that. That's a perfect combat. Kills him and gets full blood gems. Giving Ragoog or Divine Shield was overkill. I'm not sure it's actually the biggest problem. I think making Smudger bigger stats was kind of a question mark move. I get it. Yeah, Ragoog having Divine Shield feels overkill, but it's not like the problem board. If you're not abusing the problem cards, I feel like it's like the fair way to play Quillboar, and it makes sense. But if that isn't the case, okay, game. I'm just going to end up taking every one cost spell now, aren't I? Smudges! There you are. Where were you the whole time? I've missed you. So many pants, so little time. So many trousers, so little time. But where the goog? You just don't need it, is the thing. Like, my problem with Quillboar, and balance problem I think with Quillboar, is just how fast it is. How consistently you can get to it. It isn't that like, oh, we can get the greatest of late game board states. Yeah, it's just icing on the cake. But when you do this consistently through the mid game without even dropping below damage cap, there's an issue. We could break you now that we have a Necrolite. I don't think I have much of a reason to do so, though. 15k incoming. It is 15k incoming. Don't worry, we'll be back at 14k before it's 16k. Every time you go up at this point, it's like, oh, you're going to come back down. We'll be here again, guys. Don't worry. Oh, don't you worry a little bit about it. Trash. I was hoping we could get a 1-cost spell that was better. With 3 spells in the shop. Now let's figure out where all these blood gems land. Oh, we got time. We need more than 1 round to do this. Remember all those back in the day when Agam and Charlie give like 3/3 to all minions was considered broken and Agam got taken out of the pool? Not really. Might be a little bit of an extreme example there of Quillboar. You remember when Charlie used to be a 7/7 and buffed the entire board, including itself, 1/1, and that was considered OP and was removed from the game? But I get what you're saying. Simpler times. Ah, simpler days. Back then, the simpler times. All right, he's got 5 times Calic Ghost, Golden Razor Gore, Brightwing, so he's going to get big real quick. We need to kill him in 2, probably. Charlie, yeah, the printed new Quillboar stuff. Yeah, I get what you're saying. You're like, I remember when this was OP. Now look at what we can do in a turn. Let's see how big you got. Didn't get much of that in the mid game. The Ragoogs. Would you ever take 1 instead of a Lubber? We get 4 blood gems, 1 in 5 hit for each of them. So it's basically 1 extra blood gem, 4/5 of an extra blood gem per spell played. It's basically a smudger. No. It itself is a divine shield, which is cool. If the game is longer, absolutely. A little hesitant to, I should unfreeze, but play this minion on the board because it's just a liability that a Warpwing could attack again. Good enough. Good enough, good enough, good enough. All right, well. Lubber's back, boys. Nothing died. All right, fair enough. Hey, 15k. Would you look at that? Moving on up in the world.